So good afternoon to everybody. At the outset, I would like to thank AIOS for giving me this opportunity to speak on this topic, supervised surgical training for third-year residents, which I'll be speaking in favor of this. Ophthalmology is one of the exciting subspecialty with continuous changes and advancement, and the surgical training and transfer of surgical skills is the need of the hour. Our residents should be reasonably proficient in this surgery by the end of their training period. So by definition, surgical training is an apprenticeship where the trainee learns to perform surgery under the supervision of a trained surgeon. Our aim is to produce competent, confident, and self-motivated professionals. Surgical training can be of these types, like assisted, where the trainer is scrubbed or the trainer is unscrubbed. Our surgical training should be competence-based rather than time-based. So what the literature says, there are few studies done in India, like from Maharashtra and from South India, where they have found out that residency program in ophthalmology is not up to the expectations of postgraduate students in many teaching centers. And according to a survey in the US, nearly 1/3 of the residents enrolling for ophthalmology resident programs do not graduate into eye surgeons, rather they continue as medical ophthalmologists. And a large difference exists between the number of surgeries the students felt they should ideally perform and the number of surgeries they have done so far. So to compare the results, I did a small survey in my state, Odisha, where I included the current third-year postgraduate residents. And what I found out, that 24 out of the 26 residents, they preferred supervised surgery, supervised training, and that too from a senior consultant. And the situations where they found indispensably supervision, they required supervision, was during cortical aspiration, during cataract surgery, and during doing an osteotomy in DCR. So what are the benefits of supervised training? It's a tailored approach which targets the needs of the residents. It is started with theory and then followed by a simulator practice. The residents maintain a logbook where they can record their cases and they can learn from their mistakes. And we can evaluate the skills from time to time by like the ICU Oscar which sir had told before. And the residents can record their videos, own surgical videos, which they can discuss with their trainer later in the day. They learn how to manage complications and to handle difficult situations. And at last, they develop a good teacher-student relationship for their whole lifetime. But as we all know that a rose is not without thorns, and this sort of teaching has also drawbacks. And this sort of teaching is time-consuming. It has variable effectiveness because of a long learning curve. There are chances of medical error, which may lead to serious complications. Lastly, I would like to conclude with the famous saying of a famous ophthalmologist, Dr. William Bainbridge Glue, that it is far more important to have 35 closely examined cases, each one improving on the previous one, than it is to have 300 cases that are just done without that close examination. Thank you.